So it's not just any emerging market, James. This is India with all its particularities, and a really defining feature of the Indian economy, which sets it apart from so many other emerging markets, is the size of our informal economy. The informal economy is disproportionately large for the size of country that we are. And what that means is that it is hard, much harder in the Indian context to provide support through structured support through an employer, because formal employment is so small. And so we have to find more innovative ways of reaching out and helping a potentially fundamentally dislocated workforce. So how do we go about it? There are three components to it. One is obviously the formal sector, supporting the formal sector in ways that may not be too dissimilar from what has been done in more developed economies. So you can provide conditional support to formal sector firms for retaining people on the payroll. You can help defray provident fund expenses, for example. You can provide other incentives so that they do not, in the formal sector, let go of people that are already employed. That's one leg, and that's the smallest leg. The second one is what you do for the self-employed who are creating jobs through micro enterprises and small enterprises. If you cannot reach those companies directly, you have to reach them indirectly. And that's why the Credit Guarantee Fund and contingent support that is provided through the financial system is vital. So the idea is for the government of India to stand behind banks and non-banks who have the greatest reach into this network of job creators that are not formal in nature, to encourage them to continue lending, and not just continue lending, to perhaps even lend more than they have in the past, with some kind of cap guarantee. That's very important, and it's capped, which means that the fiscal impact of that is manageable. And because it's contingent in nature, it's a guarantee, it's a first loss, it's a risk-sharing mechanism. It has a multiplier factor in it as well. So it's not as if 100 rupees of guarantees will facilitate only 100 rupees of loans. 100 rupees of guarantees could actually facilitate 3-4 times that volume of lending to this informal sector. And the third element of support is to the worker themselves. And they have to be then treated as individual citizens, the poor. And that comes from direct transfers of cash benefits. And thank God for the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, which now has created, along with the Aadhaar network, unique bank accounts for so many people, that we can actually transfer cash to targeted groups in the country with much less leakage than in the past. So those are the three legs of a responsible response to safeguarding human capital and preserving jobs in the context of an emerging market like India.